What's on, ladies and gentlemen? My name's Ross, I like games, and today we've been missing a secret rare. There are two secret rares in New Hero. We looked at Damon the other day, but there's one that's been missing. The dude on the front of the pack, Imperialdramon Paladin mode. We knew this was coming. There's no surprise that this is a card that's in the set, but now it's actually here, and I mean, it looks good. Like, it looks really, really good. Now, our translation today comes from the lovely folks over at Enzan Gaming, and if you've been following this channel for any length of time, you will know that we are rather big fans of the lovely folks over at Enzan Gaming. They are pretty gosh darned awesome. What we've got here is a white level 7 Digimon, and this is one of those things where, like, everything about this Digimon is big and imposing. 15 cost to play normally. Okay, kind of standard for level 7, but still big. 7 cost to Digivolve. That's pretty expensive. Again, not unheard of for a level 7, but still, 7 cost to Digivolve is absolutely huge. And 16,000 power, which is as high as we've gone. Now, I don't think, and I'm just trying to have a little bit of a look here, trying to make sure I haven't forgotten anything, I don't think we've actually had a natural 16,000 power Digimon. We've never actually had that yet. Everything up till now has tapped out at 15,000 power. We've had a bunch of them starting with Omnimon right back in BT1, but this is a natural 15,000 power Digimon. Now, when I say natural, what I mean is there are plenty of Digimon that have skills that will put them higher, or that you can combine a bunch of skills to put them higher. That's not unheard of. I am saying, without doing anything, just playing the card to the table straight off the bat, 16,000 power, absolutely ridiculous. Absolutely preposterous. So yeah, that's kind of huge, kind of relevant. Kind of big. It does mean it will just outduel the other level 7s. So if you attack into the stack with this and you hit a level 7 Digimon, hey, it's going to have 15,000 power or less. You're going to win that. They're going to go down. You're going to feel pretty gosh darn happy. This is huge. What are we looking at in terms of skills? Well, when you are digivolving your Digimon into this card in your hand, you may return a white level 7 Digimon from your trash to the bottom of your deck to reduce the evolution cost by 4. So now it's a free cost to Digivolve, and a free cost to Digivolve is very, very different indeed. Now, to be fair, I'm looking over on DigimonCard.dev here, and actually, 6 is the standard for a level 7 to Digivolve, and though we've got some that are different, 7 is the highest natural evolution cost we've seen on any Digimon. It is tied with Susanumon. It's not the first one we've seen, although Susanumon can evolve from any color, so that does, give it a pretty big bonus there. But this is like I said at the beginning, it's huge in every possible way. I should also say it can Digivolve from either blue or green, so it can't Digivolve from anything like Susanumon can, but it's still got some pretty good options going on there. So essentially, if you've got a white level 7 in your trash, you put it on the bottom of your deck and reduce the cost by 4. Now, in theory, putting it on the bottom of your deck does mean it can make an appearance later on in the game. In reality, nah. Unfortunately not, ladies and gentlemen. You're never going to see this card again, because we don't deck out in a Digimon TCG. It just doesn't happen. So essentially, what this means is it's no longer in your trash, and any cards that interact with things in your trash don't work, unfortunately, and yeah, that's sad and all of that, fine, let's just move on with our lives. It's just a way of making it a free cost to Digivolve. And a 16,000 power free cost to Digivolve Digimon, that is nuts. That is ridiculous. That is crazy. That is huge. It's a little bit over the top. And the fact of the matter is, your level 7s, most of them are white. We have Ragnar Lordmon from BT3 that is red. And then in BT7, we got Agumon Bond of Bravery in red and Gabumon Bond of Friendship in blue. Outside of those 3 exceptions, all of the level 7s are white we've seen so far. So what that means is, yeah, fine, it's got to be a white level 7 Digimon, but outside of a couple really specific examples, you ain't going to care. And this is going to be basically any level 7 Digimon. And that means that you can play around a little bit here. It means you've got a whole bunch of different options. It means you can do a whole bunch of different things. There's just a lot going on here, and it's all kind of fun and awesome. So yeah, this is kind of cool. But we need another skill here. Oh, we got one, ladies and gentlemen. When you Digivolve or when you attack, and it is not limited to once during your turn. So that means that if you evolve and attack in the same turn, you can use this twice. It means if you can ready yourself and attack multiple times in a turn, you can use this multiple times. By returning a card with 2 colors from this Digimon's evolution sources to the bottom of your deck, trash every evolution source from one of your opponent's Digimon. Then return every Digimon your opponent controls with no evolution sources to the bottom of their deck in any order. The worst case scenario here, the worst this can do, is get rid of one of your opponent's Digimon. And incidentally, your opponent's Digimon doesn't go back to their hand ready to be replayed, it goes to the bottom of their deck. Which is extremely important. Because what that means is you don't have to worry about them replaying it or any of that. Like I said a moment ago, by the time it goes back to their deck, it's basically over. And that's kind of hilarious. But for you, very much not for your opponent. So the worst case scenario is a better Cocytus Breath. That is like the worst thing that's going to happen here if you go and drop this card. Cocytus Breath, for anybody out there that may have forgotten, that was the big blue card. It's no Gaia Force, but it's still kind of cool. It's a 7-cost card that returns one of your opponent's Digimon to its owner's hand. Except, again, it's better than that because it goes to the bottom of their deck and they can't replay it. Putting it back in your opponent's deck is way better than putting it in their hand. Because, like I say, in their hand, they can just replay it. So this is lovely. And again, that's the worst case scenario. The best case scenario is your opponent's got a bunch of Digimon with no Digivolution sources and one big one that's starting to worry you. This will get rid of all the Digivolution sources from that Digimon that's worrying you, and then put that and all the others to the bottom of your opponent's deck, and it'll basically act like a board wipe. Against Rookie Rush decks that play a bunch of little Digimon, board wipe. Against Megazoo that just play a bunch of big Digimon, board wipe. But the fact of the matter is, there are like a billion different ways that blue cards have got to get rid of evolution sources. We can go right back to the blue starter deck. And we've got Matashida. If your opponent has a Digimon with no Digivolution cards, gain a memory, which is kind of cool. But then we had a whole bunch of cards out there like Gabumon, which, when attacked, trash the Digivolution card at the bottom of one of your opponent's Digimon with a level 5 or less. And I'm not going to keep giving examples. We could be here for like an hour giving more examples of blue cards that do this. That's not the point. The point is, this is going to work really nicely pretty often. There are going to be many, many turns where you drop this and it goes nuts. And again, I cannot stress this enough, this is not a one-shot deal. This is a Digivolution skill, but it's also an attacking skill. Now, there is a natural limit here, because realistically, you've got a level 3, a level 4, a level 5, and maybe a level 6. Realistically, there's going to be 4 Digimon you can use here, assuming we have the requisite levels and colours and all of that we actually can make that work. Because level 6s tend, we do see dual colour level 6s, but there are fewer of them as we go at the moment. We've not seen the whole set list for this set yet, so I can't tell you exactly what there is going to be or what there isn't going to be. It's one of those wait and see scenarios. But even if we don't have them now, we'll have them in the future. And that gives you 4 uses. We haven't seen dual colour level 2s. If we see a dual colour level 2, and I think if there was going to be one in the set, we'd have seen it by now. It really does seem like we're just getting 1 Digitama for each colour like normal. That would give an extra use, and that means I'm now looking out for dual colour level 2s. And the thing is, because you're going dual colour cards, they don't all have to be dual colour blue and green. As long as each of your levels shares 1 colour in common with the previous level, you can just keep rolling through and evolving up, and this is one to really keep an eye on. The fact of the matter is, what we've got here is the biggest natural Digimon we've seen in the game so far. That could potentially be a free cost to Digivolve, which is crazy cheap. And then we've got this ridiculous skill that you can use 4, maybe in the future 5 times to essentially board wipe your opponent. Especially if you start taking advantage of the myriad of ways that Blue have got to get rid of Digivolution sources. This is good, ladies and gentlemen. This is really, really good. They really made us wait to see the secret rares for this set. They kept us hanging on. But I'll tell you now, ladies and gentlemen, it was worth the wait. It was really worth the wait. So I love this card, but I want to know what you think. So let me know in the comment section, would ya? Go nuts! Be nice! And then make sure you like this video, subscribe to this channel, follow me on Twitter at TheWasi, and Twitch for some live action at twitch.tv/PTCG Radio. If you want to support the channel, get some bonus podcasts and all that good stuff, head on over to patreon.com/PTCG Radio, where you can do exactly that. But by far the most important thing, as always, look after yourselves till next time, would ya? Thank you very much for watching. My name's Ross, and you've been watching Wasi Plays.